Welcome back to Let's Play Castlevania Bloodlines. Last time around we climbed the Leaning Tower of Pisa and beat the crap out of a giant flying bat creature. And today we're going into Germany to take a tour of the munitions factory. To continue our adventure with a bang, both literally and figuratively. And getting hit by a bone being thrown from the foreground in the first 5 seconds. This bodes well. So yeah, we're in Germany, and this is where the game gets significantly tougher. Not least because of these skeleton jerks that spawn infinitely from the background, and also throw bones infinitely from the background. And it's my own personal headcanon, because they're obviously soldiers, or they were soldiers at one time, that these guys are people that fell or died in the First World War, because the game, as you remember from the introduction, is set in 1917. As for some reason those skeleton soldiers take 2 hits to kill, the others don't. And that guy fell off the ledge. But he's not gone. I thought he'd fallen to his death. That's a holy water in there or an axe, but I don't want it. I thought I'd done enough to avoid getting hit by that thing, but clearly not. Fortunately, I'm not too bothered about taking a few cheap hits here, because up here is some life-saving wall meat. The only one you'll find in the entire level. Honestly, in the later stages of Bloodlines, they get very stingy indeed with the health pickups. So you've got to try and get through as much of the stage as possible without taking too many cheap hits. Easier said than done, and I'm not expecting to complete this game with 1 life, though if I was able to do that, that would be absolutely awesome. But that's not what I'm intending to do. But yeah, I think them being soldiers kind of makes sense given the setting. And this is also where the game gets it. I'm happy to have my whip there. I didn't think I was going to get my whip there, that's why I kind of think. I don't think I'll be able to keep it either. Oh, I did. You know what? Run away from that guy. He's not worth it. You only get points for defeating enemies. If you let this guy hit you, go flying right off the edge to your death there, but I'm not going to. Just duck to avoid them. They're the same as the Morning Star skeletons from level 1. Again, they don't say showtime, which is a shame. And now we have a new hazard here, these big pistons that attempt to crush you. There are 2 places in the level that you can get crushed. I don't intend for that to happen to me in either spot. Now I've said that, hubris will probably strike, and it'll happen. And if I'm really not careful, I could fall all the way back down to the end of the level again. You can also take advantage of the fact that I clipped right through that platform. Axe? Yeah, don't want the axe. Want my super orb, want to hold on to that super orb as long as possible. And now we come to an iteration of the Clock Tower, that old Castlevania favourite. With Medusa heads, that old Castlevania favourite that just cost me my goddamn full-powered whip. Sorry, I was so angry with myself there, sort of lost the sentence. And these skeletons are weird because they're dressed in armour and they collapse to the ground, and you think, well, maybe they'll get right back up. Because there are skeleton enemies that do get right back up after you hit them. Well, not right back up, but no, they just collapse. What the hell happened there? I have no idea. Well, I know what happened there. I took some cheap hits, but I want to know why I took some cheap hits. Anyway, the Medusa heads are not too much of a problem if you just pay attention to where they're coming from, and then if you climb up the screen, they can't actually get you because your maximum height has changed, if that makes any sense. It probably doesn't. Sorry, I kind of got thrown for a loop by... No, I want that sub-weapon, because that's holy water, and that'll come in handy for the boss that's coming up a bit later on. Yes, spoilers, there's a sub-boss coming up a bit later on. That's an axe, I don't want it. And that jump's kind of tricky. You have to sort of jump off the teeth of the gear. It's kind of hard to explain. Just watch what I did to get a better idea of how you do it. Great commentary, I know. Now, if I just go into the right here, this little red? I'm colourblind as well as a bad commentator today, it seems. I didn't want that axe, but you know what? I'll take it. Not like I have much of a choice, but no. Pay attention to the music, because I think it's awesome. Let me just reset this platform and shut up for a moment. This song is called Iron Blue Intention, and it's perhaps the best song in the entire game. More on that in a moment, because here, these platforms, you've got to be very precise with these platforms. Let this one go down, then jump straight off onto this one, then let that go down. There's a pattern basically, it's 1 off, 1 on. So one you let go down a bit, and then you jump off the next one immediately. And that should prevent you from falling to your death. I say should because it can still happen. And now it's our sub-boss then! This is it's Frankenstein's monster, better known in Castlevania terms as the Creature. He's got a couple of attacks, but you can avoid them fairly easily. that whip move, you've just got to be away from him. I'm going to take a hit here because I was too busy trash-talking him, but now he's dead. You duck to avoid his punch whip attack, and you jump onto a platform to avoid his electric charge punch. Not too hard. Frankenstein's monster, or the creature as they call him, is a staple of the Castlevania series. My favourite version of him is in Castlevania 64, where he is he's a gardener working on a hedge maze, and he has a chainsaw for a hand. Yes, I know that's not particularly accurate to Mary Shelley's original version, but I kind of like it. These speed demons, ho-ho, are not too much of a problem as long as you don't take them on all at once. The real threat here, these spinning blades. They're a pain. So what you've got to do is you've got to walk when there's a space to, then duck. And I'm actually holding my controller in a slightly different way here because sometimes it doesn't register properly with my D-pad. Like that, for example, I was looking to move and then didn't, or maybe I got scared. Maybe I got very scared indeed. Maybe I'm going to move from my auntie and uncle and live in Bel Air. That was a terrible joke that did not fit in the slightest. And then we've got one more here which moves slower, but also goes in the opposite direction. So let's give this a try. I'm not looking forward to this. I hate this part, honestly. And I'm sorry if I can't make this exciting at all, because it's just a guy moving and inching his way across a deadly blade spinning overhead. That's literally all it is. That's pretty much all you can say about this. That was close. And now I'm going to take my chance and hope I got away with it. I'm low on health, so I might die when I get to the boss, or before the boss if I don't navigate this area very well. But this area is not too bad. So let's return to the music. To Iron Blue Intention. If I were listening to this in Scotland, it will be Iron Brew Intention, surely. That joke was terrible, and I apologise. Please be assured that I'm going to hit myself in the face for that later on. Disclaimer, I may or may not actually hit myself in the face later on. We'll have to see. But yeah, the music for this level, and indeed the entire game, was composed by one Michiru Yamane, who is notable not only for being a lady composer in an era where a lot of composers were not female. That's not me being sexist, it's just true. She will be very familiar to you if you've ever played Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which is largely considered one of the best Castlevania games ever made. I personally would dispute that notion because I haven't really played it that much, but it's pretty darn good. And Michiru Yamane wrote the soundtrack for that. She went on to work for a number of DS Castlevania titles as well. Oh, they're giving me the whip, so I've got a chance if I can not get hit at all. Yeah, right, like that's going to happen. She's also worked on Skullgirls since she left Konami in 2008, and who can blame her given the way Konami has gone these days. Smash Bros. Wii U, and her latest project is Bloodstained: The Ritual of the Night, which is a kind of... well, it's a kind of new Castlevania, since Konami seems to have forsaken the Castlevania franchise altogether. Those gear creatures, I have no idea what they're doing here, but they are a prelude to the boss, which over here we've got the Gear Steamer, which honestly looks like it belongs more in Gunstar Heroes than Castlevania. Look at that collection of cogs and camshafts, take that. But this thing is actually quite tricky, which is why I'm taking care of it as quickly as I can. He's going to throw cogs here, he has multiple attacks. Uh-oh, I'm in a bad spot. I'm in a really bad spot. I don't think I'm going to survive this. Duck to avoid that attack. And then you've got to get the hell out of the way of this thing where it swims across the floor. But yeah, I think this thing looks ridiculous. Also, throwing them the wrong way is not going to help. No, he threw one more than I expected, and he killed me. First death of the entire series. And he's dancing to celebrate, the dick. Okay, let's get these... okay, that didn't work. I was about to say, let's get these gear things out of here, because at least they go down in one hit, so they're not really that much of a threat, but they can threaten to make you take a hit before the boss. Okay, Gear Steamer, take 2. I don't know if that's the official name or not. That's the name I found on the Castlevania Wiki, and I've been using the Castlevania Wiki for all the boss names and enemy names, so we'll stick with that story. I'm quite happy I've got the Holy Water here, because it means I can get some nice hits on, and that time he didn't do the gear throwing attack. And this time he's doing the swimming across the floor thing. This guy is completely unpredictable. And that's why you don't want to be too near him when he does that. Didn't mean to item crash there. Okay, that's how you avoid the gear thing. Then you can jump over these. And then he ducks over you. He will eventually change phases. And you can actually hit him while he's skirting across the floor there. Eric has an easier time with this boss yet again because he can actually just jump on... Oh, this attack. How the hell did that not hit me? Am I going to be able to get him with... Never mind, I'm stuck. I'm in trouble. I was about to say, am I about to get him without taking a hit? And then hubris again strikes. Oh, come on. Don't give this up now. You're so close to beating him. Come on, me. Pep talk. Good, he's dead. Get out of here. I didn't even show his last attack, but I am glad that he is dead. God damn it, that thing is annoying. And he cost me my first death as well, but I'm not too bothered about that. Can I swing at the orb? Can I Hell's Light? That was way out of time. But I'm glad that the stage is over, and we can move on to bigger and better things. Love the stage, honestly. Love the music. Not a huge fan of some of the platforming segments. Also, I have to apologise again for that Iron Brew intention joke. If we find out in 2 years' time that Nicola Sturgeon has caused Scotland to leave the United Kingdom, it won't be her that's to blame. It'll be me in this video. That joke, there'll just be a caption of me and it'll say, "Man from Blackpool ruins everything."